Imagine receiving a call from someone you trust. Their voice sounds exactly right. Same tone, same rhythm, same emotion. But it isn't them. AI can now copy a human voice in seconds. No hacking, no access to your phone, just a short audio sample. For most of history, a voice meant identity. If you heard someone speak, you believed it was really them. That assumption no longer holds. Today, voices can be generated, edited, and replayed with a level of realism that didn't exist just a few years ago. This technology is called AI voice cloning. It works by analyzing how a person speaks, pitch, timing, accent, breathing patterns. Once learned, the system can recreate that voice and make it say almost anything. What makes this dangerous isn't perfection, it's speed. A few seconds of audio can be enough. A voicemail, a short video clip, a social media post. That's often all the data the system needs. This isn't experimental technology. It's already available. Some tools are marketed for accessibility or entertainment. Others are openly sold as services. The barrier to entry is low, and that changes who can misuse it. Voice cloning doesn't require advanced technical skill. Many tools are designed to be simple. Upload audio. Wait. Download the result. What once required expert knowledge can now be done by almost anyone. That accessibility is a key part of the risk. Most people assume scams look suspicious. Strange accents, robotic voices, poor timing. AI removes those warning signs. The voice sounds familiar, natural, convincing. That familiarity lowers skepticism almost instantly. Scammers often combine voice cloning with urgency, a problem, a deadline, a demand for immediate action. Fear reduces critical thinking. The voice confirms the story. Together, they override hesitation. In many reported cases, victims acted within minutes. Not hours, not days. They didn't research. They didn't verify. They reacted. That speed is exactly what these scams rely on. What makes this especially effective is that the voice doesn't need to be perfect. If it sounds close enough, the brain fills in the gaps. Humans are very good at recognizing voices, but we're even better at trusting them. Many scams don't start with money. They start with information. A cloned voice might ask simple questions, confirm a detail, request a favor. Each answer builds credibility. By the time money is mentioned, trust is already established. Some scams target families, others target workplaces. An employee receives a call from their boss. The voice sounds right. The request sounds routine. Because the authority feels real, the request isn't questioned. In corporate cases, the losses can be large. Transfers, credentials, internal data. The scam doesn't break systems. It bypasses people. That makes it harder to detect. Using traditional security tools. Law enforcement has warned about this shift, not because scams are new, but because verification is harder. Voices used to be evidence. Now they're just another data format that can be copied and reproduced. This creates a strange problem. The more realistic AI becomes, the less reliable human senses are. We trust what we hear, but hearing is no longer proof. That gap is where these scams operate. Many people ask the same question. Why don't we just detect fake voices? The problem is that detection always lags behind creation. As models improve, old detection methods fail. It's an arms race. And right now, realism is winning. Even experts struggle to tell real voices from cloned ones, especially over phone calls. compressed audio, background noise. Those imperfections actually help the fake. They hide small errors that might otherwise stand out. This means trust can no longer rely on sound alone. Verification must happen elsewhere. A second call, a separate message, a known process. Without that step, the voice itself proves nothing. Some families now agree on private phrases, simple words or questions only they would use. Organizations do something similar. Rules, callback procedures, no exceptions. These habits matter more than technology. The goal isn't paranoia, it's awareness. Most scams succeed once, then the victim understands what happened. The real challenge is teaching people before they experience it themselves. AI voice cloning also changes how we think about evidence. Audio recordings were once trusted. Now they require context. Who recorded it? How was it verified? Where did it come from? Without answers, the recording alone means very little. This affects more than scams. It affects journalism, legal systems, public trust. If voices can be fabricated, then proof must come from patterns, not single pieces of media. Social media increases the risk. People share voice notes, videos, stories. Each clip becomes training data, often without consent, often without awareness. The more public your voice is, the easier it is to imitate. This doesn't mean silence is the solution. Avoiding technology isn't realistic. The real solution is adapting behavior, assuming audio can be fake, until proven otherwise. That assumption feels uncomfortable. It goes against instinct. But many technologies have forced similar shifts. Emails replaced letters. Photos replaced drawings. Each time, trust had to be redefined. AI voice cloning didn't start as a threat. It started as a tool. Accessibility, dubbing, creative work. But like many tools, its impact depends on how it's used. And misuse scales faster than trust can adapt. The danger isn't mass chaos. It's targeted harm. One person, one family, one company. These scams don't need millions of victims. They succeed by being precise. As voices become easier to fake, trust shifts from identity to process. Not who is calling, but how requests are verified. That change is already happening, often quietly and without public attention. This is what makes the transition difficult. People feel safe until something breaks. Afterward, the rules seem obvious. Beforehand, they feel unnecessary. That delay is where most damage occurs. AI didn't remove trust. It exposed how fragile it always was. Voices felt reliable because they usually were. Now, reliability has to be rebuilt, using habits, not assumptions. Most people won't encounter these scams every day. That's part of the problem. Rarity creates disbelief. If it hasn't happened to me, it won't. But low frequency doesn't mean low impact. AI voice cloning will continue to improve. That isn't speculation. It's a trend driven by better data and models. The question isn't if voices will be copied. It's how society adapts to that reality. Adaptation doesn't require fear. It requires new defaults. Pause before reacting. Verify through another channel. Assume urgency can be fabricated. Small changes reduce most of the risk. Technology often removes old signals of trust. Then new ones slowly replace them. Signatures replaced seals. Passwords replaced faces. Voice is now joining that list. A voice used to mean presence. Now it means possibility. AI didn't steal our voices. It changed what they represent. Understanding that shift is the first real form of protection.